What's up, guys? Let's talk about the Jeep for a minute. Things I want to do to the Jeep this summer. I want to get new bumpers for it. These bumpers have been on the Jeep since I got it, 13 years ago. I want to do like some kind of semi-custom bumper. I want to maybe take like a Smitty built bumper and cut it down. This one is really big ever since I put the metal cloak fenders on it. You pretty much have these giant gaps, and these are just gonna get hung up on rocks and stumps and whatever I bring this thing into. With a smaller bumper that's closer to the frame. Pretty much when I'm approaching something, it's not gonna hang up on the bumper before it gets to my tire. That's my goal. On the rear, I don't have a spare, so I want to get a spare tire this summer. I want to get a nice tire carrier for the back. I haven't decided on if I'm going to buy something or if I'm going to make something. I'm leaning towards making something just because of what I want. I don't think there's really anything out there on the market that will satisfy what I'm actually trying to do. Looking for something that's like a swing down tire carrier but still swings open, so I can, get to everything, and then maybe has the option for like, putting a rack above the spare for like a cooler or something like that. Also need to come up with a way to carry jerry cans on it. I'm actually thinking about doing jerry cans on the inside of the Jeep, on top of the fender wells maybe. We'll see about that. Really, I only need for what I do, the distances I go. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Jeep burns through a ton of fuel. It's not made to get gas mileage. I get probably like, I'd have to calculate it out, but it's somewhere between 8 and 11 miles per gallon, probably on the lower end. The other thing, I'm looking for a YJ hood. Unfortunately, I think it was probably about 6 years ago, I was going down the road, hadn't had the Jeep back on the road for a while. I had moved in with my girlfriend. The Jeep was pretty much parked because it was like an hour back and forth to work from where she lived. In that time, we got a really big snowstorm. And so I decided to take the Jeep into work one day just to get to work. There was like trees all over the road and stuff like that I needed to go over. I didn't latch down the hood, and the catch latch on the front wasn't secure, and doing about 40 miles an hour, hood came up, broke the windshield, put a nice crease, that horrible crease you get when you forget to latch your hood down. Anyway, I've been looking for a new hood that I can paint. I just haven't found one yet. Whenever I do find one, I usually don't have the money. But I want to get a new hood, and I'm looking at one of those. I think they're made by Poison Spider. There's a couple other companies out there that make them. They're you pretty much cut a big hole in your hood, and it's got the louvers on top. I'd like to do that with this so I can get some of that engine heat from coming out underneath the Jeep. I'd like to have a lot of that escaping out the top. I don't do water crossings. This Jeep really doesn't see deep water or deep mud or anything like that. I like going on trails, rocks, stuff like that when it's dry. In Washington here, it's illegal anyway to go through water. Most of the trails and stuff around here, a lot of them they closed that had water crossings in them. So I'm not really worried about a snorkel or getting into water or anything like that. I might do a fan cutoff sometime inside the Jeep, so I can actually kill the electric fans in case I do, for some reason, get into some deep water or something like that. I at least have the option there to kill my electric fans. Clutch fan's gone. It's all electric now. The other things that I would like to do to the Jeep are rock sliders. That'll probably be more like next year, depending on how things go. I'm potentially looking at getting a different job next year, and so, you know, with not knowing where you're going to be in so many months, you tend to, like, you know, shove most of your money away in savings and kind of put a lot of projects on the back burner. So we'll see actually what I get accomplished this year. The other thing is my Ford. I wanted to talk to you guys about the reasons that I bought my Ford truck. It's 2007 F350. I'll probably do a video on why I bought it. You know, already it's bulletproofed, it's deleted, it's lifted up on 37s on some, I think some 20-inch with like a -44 offset rim, like a fuel rim. I'll tell you guys, I'll do a video on why I bought that truck that way, why I decided to buy a 6.0 instead of trying to find something newer like a 6.7, which I don't have 70 grand. Why I didn't buy a 6.4, pretty much why I chose that truck, why I didn't go with a Cummins, why I didn't go with, you know, a Duramax. I actually was looking at Duramaxes. Anyway, I'll do a video on why I specifically bought that truck. Pretty much I picked it up to pull the Jeep and a slew of other reasons. So one thing I'd like to also do this year is try and find a nice flatbed trailer so I can haul my Jeep around behind it. One thing that I do plan on doing a video on is an install video. I got these, and I got this. So this is just an aux beam wiring harness, run of the mill. These are aux beam flood light pods, the flush style. I can get one out of the box. They're just the flush style. And so my Jeep, or my truck, has a backup camera. And I don't know how many of you guys have run into this issue, but it works great during the day, but at night, you can't really see that much. You can see a little bit, but it's not clear. It's not, like, you know, very great. And I attributed it to a few things. One thing is it's right at the license plate, the reverse camera is. And the license plate lights that actually shine light on your plate while you're going down the road, they work like, they're giving it like lens flare. Like, you're not getting as much backup camera as you are like impeding light from those. So my plan is pretty much cut holes in my rear bumper, install flush mounted lights, and try and figure out some type of solution to keep the light interference from hitting the camera from my license plate lights. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. If I'm maybe change the color, maybe that'll help to like red or something. I think it would look kind of stupid, but I need to figure something out because I work nights and I'm always maybe moving my truck around at night or something like that, big lifted rig. You know, I really don't feel like backing it into something. And not having that backup camera at night with that big of a truck, it just kind of sucks. You know, I got tinted windows on that thing. I gotta roll a window down in the rain, you know, stick my head out there, look back, see if I'm gonna run, you know, like a raccoon over or something. So anyway, that's the plan with these. So I want to do an install video on that, so expect that coming. And a explanation video on the truck and why I bought it and the reasons I did. Other than that, thank you so much for hanging out, watching my video. I will see you guys in the next one.